All right. Welcome once again to Sinbin Stream. Today we start you off with the international game in Ireland. We have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hope you're having a great start to your Sunday. Good morning. Welcome in. They're just getting through the anthems right now. Got this on NFL Plus Premium on my tablet, so I'm sure I will be behind. Compared to the NFL.com play-by-play. Interesting outfit one of the anthem singers has on. Looks more like a Packers road jersey. But I think it's just Irish. So we're in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, it's got a green and white stripe on the sleeve and a green collar. All right, let me mute that. All right, should be set. Yeah, they'll kick off in like 4 minutes. I think it's like an 8:35 kickoff. All right, should be a great day in sports. We will have Aces at Fever next. Oh yeah, 8:30 next Sunday too. Vikings at Browns. They're the first team to play consecutive road games or consecutive international games in two different countries. So they're going to London for next week. And then I saw this week that Goodell wants to have 16 international games eventually so that every team has to play one. And I was just like, wonderful. Not sure I agree with that. Oh, let me get the poll going before I forget. Yeah, both teams 2-1. Looks like we're just about set to kick it off. Yep. All right, just about set to get underway. I got the poll going. All right, the Vikings have teed it up. They will kick off, meaning they'll get the ball to start the second half. As a Packer fan, you know I'm rooting for the Steelers. All right, kickoff taken at about the 10. Return the far numbers. Past the 30. Trips up around the 35 or 36 for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers offense will take the field. 1st and 10. All right, what did I... Oh, I thought I turned that off. All right, there we go. All right, play-by-play I would think would kick in soon here. I'm not sure what the delay is yet. No live stats yet. All right, we'll get to them in a minute. Shotgun or back to pass, and he's sacked inside the 25. Huge loss. That happened quickly, so that's going to be close to a 2nd and 20. That looked to be about a 10-yard loss. Pressure up the middle, like There's nobody blocked one of the interior linemen. 51 on the tackle. I'm sorry, 61. My bad. Yeah, Rodgers was looking left and was hit immediately. They call it 2nd and 18. All right, this time it's a fake handoff, toss to the back on the left side, taken down short, I think, of the original. That was Gainwell, I believe. Short of the original line of scrimmage. It's still going to be 3rd and long. It's 3rd and more than 10. See where they mark it. All right, why is there live stats? There we go. About time. 6 yards, so 3rd and 12. All right, there we go. We'll get the box score ready here, too, on ESPN. All right, in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top, back to pass, looking, steps up, hits like a tight end for a gain of maybe 1, maybe a loss of 1. Bring it up 4th down, a quick 3 and out for the Steeler offense. 13-12 to go, first quarter. Yeah, I could add logos in. Yeah, they did lose one. 4th and 13. Punter kicks it away. It's in the air. Taken at about the 13, between the hash marks, up past the 25, where the Vikings will have a 1st and 10, about the 26. 12:49 to go. Game is on NFL Network, and I'm watching on NFL Plus. So Carson Wentz in for the injured J.J. McCarthy takes the field. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Again, week 4, second game of the week. You know, of course, we had Thursday night football. And this is the Sunday starter for the rest of the slate, except for Monday night's games. Pass to the right flat to Jefferson for gain of at least 5. Second and 5 coming up. Donovan Jackson out on the offensive line for the Vikings. Mason at running back, Jefferson and Addison and Naylor at wide receiver, and Hawkinson at tight end. So Addison back from suspension. Handoff. Madison gets the first down and out of bounds. 1st and 10 coming up. Boy, my my feed of this is like glitching. Cam Hayward still playing for the Steelers defensive line. Joey Porter Jr. is out for the Vikings. All right. From their own 37, shotgun, fakes the handoff to Madison, tosses to Jefferson, who moves forward to about the 41. The 46. It'll be about a 2nd and 1 coming up. 2nd and short. Yeah, why is this so glitchy? I don't understand, but we'll take it. All right, 2nd and 1. Under center, handoff to Madison. He moves forward to the right side near the numbers, or to the far side. Has the first down for the Vikings at their own 49-yard line. Come on, Steelers defense. You pay enough for your defense salary-wise, and you're not getting the job done. All right. 10:34 in the first. Clock continues to roll. All right. In shotgun, 2 receivers, near side, a back with him to the right. Fakes the toss to the back, throws it to him in the flat. Inside Steeler territory, down to the 45. Thank you. It'll be about a 2nd and 4 after a catch for about 6, depending on the spot. All right. 9:55 first quarter, 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. Yeah, just outside the Steeler 45. A toss to, is that, I forgot his name. And run near the side. Oh, he fumbled. It's picked up by the Steelers down the sideline. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. And Jalen Ramsey on the score if it holds. And he pulled a left hamstring, I believe, at 9:34. Good morning, N1 Packers fan. Good to have you here. Wow, that turned around. I mean, holy Toledo. Yeah, Mason fumbled. I forgot for a second his name. And the Steelers get a defensive score, a scoop and score off a fumble for Jalen Ramsey. I think he pulled his left hamstring on the return. He slowed up and he was grabbing at the back of his left thigh. That did not look good. So we'll see what they elect to do here. I'm sure they're going to go for I got this. We got the bots out. They're up early. Wow, that was just came out of nowhere because you couldn't see on the near sideline. The clock is at 9:34. Okay, that's right. I'm assuming they're kicking it. Wow. Yeah, I wonder about Ramsey's health for the remainder of this game, though. Yeah, it happens. All right, I guess they're reviewing it. This ball was... Ball... No, they took away the touchdown. So I guess they said before Ramsey returned it, the Vikings recovered it. Wow, because Mason was out when he touched it. I don't know about that. Yeah. Okay, his thigh was down and his left hand was on the ball. I guess that's possession. Oh, man. All right, so I think it's... Oh, they gave him a first down, too. Oh, man. All that for nothing. And they changed the clock to 9:32. Yep. Yeah, no, this happens with NFL games. They bust in with these fake streams. I just hide them. And that takes care of that. That's why we do a 9-second delay instead of 7 on football, just to have that little bit of cushion. All right, well, fix the scoreboard. Wow, that's a bummer. That was a roller coaster ride if you're a Steelers fan or rooting against the Vikings as I am. All right, now they put 10 seconds. I was wondering what they were going to do with the clock because, yeah, we just had a huge fumble return. Okay, now the clock is rolling, of course. Now it's down to 9:30. Empty set in the shotgun. Back to pass. Caught at the 20 by Jefferson. Taken down at the 16. Another first down. All right, just keep them out of the end zone, Steelers defense. Man, their defense stinks. And they had nothing on offense. Rodgers had no time. They missed a block on the opening play after the kickoff. All right, in shotgun, a deep back, Mason. It's a handoff up the middle, plows forward down to maybe the 13. So it should be about a 2nd and 7 coming up. 8:34 first quarter. Last year, I don't know. Urinating Tree keeps pointing out how much they have paid for their defense and they don't get the results. Fake toss, throw to the right side to Jefferson. He's inside the 10, moves forward. He's going to be... All right, come on, blow it dead. There is a flag. Like, pushing the pile is just... I don't know. You got to give the defense some slack here. All right, I think we got a holding call against the offense. Oh, geez, it's this ref. They sent this guy to Ireland. Forgot this guy's name. He's one of the worst. Brad Allen. Jeez Louise, you got an international game and you send that clown? Woof. 8:02 to go. Yeah, there was a flag. 2nd and 17. It was holding or something. Oh, no, maybe ineligible down. Yeah, there was a lineman downfield. Okay, I got the wrong distance. It's 2nd and 12 then. There we go. 7:50 to go. They're back at the 18. They got to get to the 11. 2nd and 12. I'm sorry, they got to get to the 6. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws right. Caught. Taken down immediately. It's Jefferson at the 15. So that'll be a 3rd and, after a gain of 3, about a 3rd and 9. Yeah, my feed keeps glitching. It's kind of annoying. It freezes for like a split second. 7:20 to go, first quarter. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so there was a flag. I thought it was holding, but it was actually ineligible downfield. One of the linemen. Back to pass, looking, sacked back at the 24. Nobody picked up the blitzer, and it'll be 4th down, and I'm sure the field goal unit will be coming to try a field goal. I think it's going to be about a 4th and 18. What happened here? It was a 5-man rush. Looks like they sent... Yeah, Jefferson was wide open, but he was looking left. All right, it's they don't have the yardage. Snap, hold, kick is up, and just slipped inside the right upright and good at 6:24. So Carson Wentz comes out. No, wait, is there a... somebody got injured. Why haven't they put the field goal on the board? Did he miss it? Okay. No, it's good. What the heck was NFL Network doing? Somebody just got injured, though, for the Vikings. All right, they did make the field goal. No idea why NFL Network. Yeah. All right, but we're not encouraging people to check out. Well, I shouldn't even have mentioned Tree, but that's all right. They know. Yeah, McCarthy's hurt. Wentz started last week, I think, and got them a win. I think McCarthy missed last week. So, yeah, I think he got... I guess that would mean he got injured. Yeah, well, Rodgers might be in for a long day. That O-line looks terrible if that first drive is any indication. All right, let's check the play-by-play. It was a 41-yarder by Reichard. O'Neal was injured during the play, so... All right, I got to make it a kickoff. It was just weird because NFL Network didn't put the field goal. They didn't give him the 3-0 when they went to break. I'm like, I thought he made it. All right, Wentz is 5 of 5, 44 yards. Big sack on third down, though. Wasn't his fault, though. He had no time. Mason, 4 for 20. Jefferson, 4 catches for 38. Mason with a fumble. And I guess who gets the recovery, though? They didn't mark him. I guess fumbled out of bounds is the official call then. Jalen Redmond with the sack for the Minnesota defense. Patrick Queen, former Raven, I believe, with the sack for the Steelers, and not much offense for the Steelers. 2 for 2 for Rodgers for 6 yards. The sack wipes out the team passing yards. They haven't even tried to rush. Gainwell, 1 catch for 6. Jonnu Smith, 1 catch for no yards. Following the kickoff, they'll get their second. I got this. I don't know when McCarthy's coming back, but Wentz gets the start, and he started last game. So Wentz got hurt, I think, in the second game. All right, here's the approach. The kick is in the air, taken at the 5 by the far numbers. Return past the 20, 25, maybe the 29. 1st and 10 for Rodgers and the rest of the Steeler offense at 6:19 to try and get this field goal back or possibly more. Again, week 4, both teams 2-1. That's what happens with NFL games. It doesn't happen with WNBA. There's usually bots. That's why I have the delay on so they can't spam 3 times in a row. I just have to keep hiding them. All right, Rodgers at the line of scrimmage. The Steelers in black jerseys going left to right. Toss play. Taken out near the first down marker. Depends on the spot. Oh, man, my feed is getting muddy, too. Come on. I think it'll be 2nd and 1. I think he's just short. All right, come on. Let's go. It is 2nd and a long one from their own 38. They got to get to the 39. Complete to the left side or near side to number 19. Is that Austin? And a 1st down for the Steelers. All right, let's check on that. Yeah, Calvin Austin III, 1 catch for 5. Gainwell had the rush for 9 on 1st down. From the near hash mark, their own 43-yard line, about 42 and a half actually. 4 on the play clock. Shotgun immediately thrown over the middle, caught. I think that's DK Metcalf. It is. He's in Viking territory. 1st down. Well, actually, we're going this way, but you know what I mean. 1st down. Just immediate over the middle, up the seam, left hash, near hash mark. Rodgers got rid of it, threw a dart. Good catch by Metcalf. All right, as we approach now, 4.5 to go, 1st quarter. From the Viking 43-yard line. Toss. And number 20 takes it for a gain of maybe 2. 2nd and 8. Gosh darn it. Why is this NFL Plus or NFL Network feed keep freezing? That is Caleb Johnson, number 20, for a gain of 2. Andrew Van Ginkel is out for the Vikings linebacking core, according to NFL Network. I like that they do that. That's kind of a neat thing. Haven't seen another. I guess I haven't paid attention to lineups very much. In shotgun, 2 with him in the backfield, 1 out in motion to the far side. Back to pass, throws it to 81, caught and taken out near the first down, but it'll be about a 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2 coming up. Clock stops for him going out of bounds. They'll remark it in play or restart the clock soon. All right, 3:35 in the first. They do call it 3rd and 2. Oh, Andrew Van Ginkel had a pick? Yeah. He's been around, but he's really sparked with the Vikings. 3rd and 2 from the Viking 35. Throws left sideline, caught by Metcalf for a first down. What a catch. It was one of those Rodgers balls where if you see the back of his helmet, he's open. Just a great quick out move. Number 8 never turned for the Vikings, and Metcalf, yeah. Right. I hear you, N1 Packers fan. Yeah, I don't know where he was. Okay, you're saying Dolphin. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew he was new to the Vikings within the last couple years. All right, from the Viking 18, another quick throw to Metcalf, taken inside the 10. I think he's got the first down at the 8. Okay, when are they going to whistle this dead, for gosh darn sakes? And we got some pushing and shoving. Metcalf not happy with maybe like a high tackle. Another quick in. Well, this time it was a quick in to Metcalf. Yeah, they had trouble bringing him down, but at some point you got to blow it dead for forward progress. I don't understand why they let these pile pushes continue so long. For player safety. All right, come on. All right, we don't need to see this. Let's get to the next play. So it should be, 1st and goal, my bad. About the 8-yard line. No, actually, they gave him forward progress to the 7. 1st and goal. 3 receivers to the near side. Shotgun, empty backfield. Well, he's got a guy to the left. He throws it to that back. Number 14 takes it down to about the 1 where it'll be 2nd and goal. Oh, I hit the wrong. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. They really got into his head that one game. That was wild. I'm sorry, that was Gainwell. I got to remember Gainwell's 14. I don't know why I can't remember that. All right, 2nd and goal from the 1. It looks like the 1. Yeah, just a hair, but not even the 1.5. All right, hands it to Gainwell, up the left side and in for the touchdown in Dublin, Ireland. There we go, Steelers. Steelers gone to Super Bowl, as Tree was probably saying right now. 6-3 Steelers, 55 seconds to go, first quarter. Impressive drive. They were lined up. Gainwell was directly behind Rodgers, who was under center. They handed it off, and he took it to the far sideline. Woohoo indeed. All right, here's the extra point. The hold, the kick is up right down the middle and good. 7-0 Steelers, and they will be kicking off after this commercial break. Yeah, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. All right, that's the answer the Steeler offense needed. That was much different than the first drive. Polar opposites. Hey, we got 9 votes, 67% voting for the Vikings. Understandable, though. Vikings have looked good since, they beat the Bears in week 1. I know they slaughtered the... Yeah, that was Wentz in the win over the Bengals last week. And let's see, they lost to they couldn't get a touchdown. I think they had mostly field goals against the Falcons. That's right. That was a Sunday night game. I think I might have been doing basketball that night for the WNBA. Yeah, please tune in. Aces Fever, 2 o'clock. Game, what we got now? I forgot. Game 4, Fever looking to extend it to a 5th game on Tuesday night in Las Vegas after losing 2 straight. 1 in Vegas, 1 in Indy. What was the last game? Friday night. And then, yeah, it was originally supposed to be 2-4 Central, 12-2 or 2-4 Central. So I thought for sure we were going to get to do Lynx at Mercury. Mercury looking to close out the series 3-1 at home after Cheryl Reeve got ejected and now suspended for Game 4. Deservedly so, as she had a meltdown and did not exit the court in a timely manner. All right, we get a shot of Rogers on the sideline. Now we got somebody in a J.J. Watt jersey. Sorry, T.J. Watt. I apologize. And then, of course, the only reason we're not doing the Mercury, the Lynx Mercury, is because the Packers play tonight in Dallas. All right, returned up the near side, near hash, past near the 30. I think they'll mark him at the 30, 1st and 10. 50 seconds to go. In the first quarter. Viking ball. Let's see. Boswell on the kickoff. Felton, the return to the 30 for 27 yards. Bruner on the... All right, so we are getting a spoiler alert. If you see the play-by-play, if you can even read it, I know it's very tiny. 1st and 10, their own 30 for the Vikings. Under center. 2 receivers to the far side. It's a toss to Mason. He cuts it back to the right side. Ramsey in on the tackle. They gave him a gain of 1. All right, so Ramsey is okay, so that's good news. I really thought he had pulled a hamstring on that kickoff, or on that fumble 6 that got overturned. Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, 4-0 in international games, according to NFL Network. All right, they do have to snap it before the end of the first quarter. 2nd and 9, shotgun, back to pass, throws down the right sideline. What a catch by Addison. Welcome back after your 3-game suspension. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. 1st and 10 coming up for the Vikings. Where do they mark this ball? I'll get to the I'll check it out in a minute. All right, good game so far. That's the important thing, but Steelers win more important as far as the NFC North goes. Let's see. Oh, got to fix the quarter. Whoops, wrong way. All right, getting set for the second quarter. All right, 1 second. I'll be back. Oh, let's see where they spotted that ball. 22 yards out to the Pittsburgh 47. Slay on the tackle. Oof. Not good. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. If the Steelers or the Vikings aren't your team, let me know in the comments who's your NFL team. My team's obviously the Packers. Same with N1 Packers fan. I guess I could say number one Packers fan. Rodgers jersey for Rodgers playing for the Steelers right now. All right. Oh, I see you got a bot. Thanks, N1 Packers fan. Or two. Yeah, I can get it, though. They're not too fast. All right, we are set to start the second quarter. Again, from the Steeler, 48. Throw to the left side. Caught by Jefferson. Moves forward to the Steeler, 41. About a gain at 6, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 4 once they spot the ball. Yeah, gain. Oh, they gave him a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. I thought that was a gain of 6. Fish, welcome. It is. But with the WNBA at 2, that's why I'm doing this game. Oh, gain of maybe 1 or 2, so it will be 3rd down. That was a quick toss play. Actually, wait, I don't think that was a loss of 2. I think NFL Network is wrong. It's not 3rd and 7. I think it's 3rd and... Oh, they did give him a loss of 2. All right, I must have been looking at the wrong yard line. Get your Irish breakfast. Does that involve drinking, let's see, Guinness or something? Or Irish coffee, Bailey's, and yeah, I get you. We got a flag on the play. Fighting Wales, welcome to you as well. All right, what's the flag for? I missed it. Oh, false start on Darisaw. So now the Vikings suddenly have a 3rd and 12 coming up. No, I don't miss Aaron Rodgers. I was done with him. Yeah, what do the Irish sheep? Well, they're referring to Irish coffee is coffee with a little bit of Bailey's. Bailey's is alcohol. All right, 13:20 to go. Shotgun, back to pass. Rolls right and is sacked back at the Vikings 40-yard line. So the punting unit will be sent on. The rush got home. It looked like they only rushed 4. 4th and 23. That's what we like to see here. Yeah, Bailey's, I remember that. That was pretty good. Yeah, they only rushed 4 and 51 got the sack. That is Herbig, Herbig. Wow. All right, that drive fizzled out. 12:39 to go. Second quarter, the punter kicks it away. They don't touch it. The ball takes a Viking bounce right to the 20-yard line. At 12:28, Rodgers and company comes back on the field. 1st and 10. And they take a timeout. All right, let me catch up. Thanks, guys, for chatting. Appreciate it. Oh, my gosh, Fish, it's 7:09 for you. And Fighting Wales, yeah, no. I was done with Rodgers when he got COVID and the whole immunized thing came out. I felt they held on to him a year too long. I would have taken the Broncos offer in the 2022 draft. 2022 was just a disaster. Yeah. So this game started at 6:30 for you. Yeah, Guinness at 8 a.m. Yeah, the only way I can't drink beer anymore, but the only way I drank Guinness was it was called a black and tan. It was half Guinness, half Harp. I did used to like those back in the day. That was an expensive mix though. Yeah, Bailey's and some coffee. Yeah. What's James? Oh, Jameson's. Are you talking Irish whiskey? Yeah, gotcha. I don't think I've ever had that. Good comment, fighting. Hey, Frank Talata. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for chiming in. Be sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already. Let's see where we're at. 13 votes, 54 to 46%, with the Vikings having the majority by 8%. Yeah, welcome, Frank. Apologies if you're a Vikings fan. Anybody? I'm obviously rooting for the Steelers. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the Steelers. I mean, I'm fine with Rodgers doing well for an AFC team, but I don't know. Like I said, I was done with him in 2021. Yes, thanks, Sinbin admin. Yeah, I'll have to try it. I do drink whiskey. If I have a drink, I drink whiskey or scotch. Same, shotgun back to pass, throws over the middle. Metcalf at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, in for the touchdown. Holy Toledo. Where did that come from? DK Metcalf all the way for the touchdown. No flags, and the terrible towels are out. Wow, that was an 80-yard bomb. And it wasn't all yak. Well, it was a good 68 yards of yak. But still, and I don't know where the Vikings secondary was. He just outran him. He did get one downfield block by number 19 near the goal line. Rodgers knew it right away. He was calling for the touchdown. The kick is up and good. Wow. And what a quick turnaround, just like that. Although their defense didn't get to rest, but I'm sure they'll take the 11-point lead. Yeah, once the initial coverage guy missed the tackle, he was gone. And like I said, he did get oh, thanks for getting the bot. He did get one downfield block near the goal line. Want to shout out Calvin Austin for blocking the last would-be tackler. So that was great downfield blocking near the goal line. But Metcalf, 4 catches, 122 yards, including an 80-yard bomb. And I would guess about 68 of that was yak, yards after catch. Yep. Yeah. Well, again, he did throw enough for the first down. It was at least an 12-yard gain. And then somebody in coverage missed the tackle. I swear it was like a linebacker. It might have been Redmond. I thought I saw 51, but it was probably 61. And then he was just gone. I don't know where. If the Vikings, it's either a little bit of A and B. Metcalf is that fast still, and B, the Vikings secondary must be slow. Rodgers 9 of 9 for 145 yards and an 80-yard touchdown. Oh, I got to mark the kickoff. Forgot to do that. Wow. Not used to a Steelers offense quick strike like that. But we will take it. Yeah, the Vikings looking a little shaken here. They did. This game could easily be 21-0 as they had a fumble return, scoop and score by Jalen Ramsey overturned because Mason was able to get his left hand on the ball with his hip out of bounds. You know, his legs were out of bounds, and they called it, out of bounds. So, wow. Good wake-up call. They're showing a replay. Rodgers was in shotgun. He had Gainwell to his right. Yeah, who did he beat in coverage? Okay, I don't think it was six. Was it 61? Oh, they did a guy in motion, and that sprung him. Like nobody had him. 22 missed the tackle, and then he was gone. He outran like 7 and 26. All right, ball is teed up. Boswell about to kick it. Kick is high and deep in the air, taken at about the 5 by the far numbers make it. 20-25, taken down at about the 26, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 12-11 to go in the second quarter. Oh, okay, gotcha. I missed that. Thank you. Yeah, well, it just shows you how bad some of these international games. Although 80 yards, I suppose, is pretty rare in this day and age. Oh, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, from their own 26, Wentz under center, 2 receivers to the near side. They hand it off to Mason. Far numbers, no gain, 2nd and 10. 12:02 to go. Yeah, haven't been a fan. Not that I was ever really a fan of the haven't really been a fan of the Steelers in a long time. Used to be my second favorite team, I guess. I think my sister liked them because they were good in the 70s, so that carried over into the 80s. I guess but I haven't since Tomlin. I've kind of rooted against them since Tomlin tried to block that kick return from the sideline. Shotgun. Back to pass. Throws. Caught by... Can't tell who it is. Might be Addison at the 30-yard line. So it'll be, I think, 3rd and 4. They say 3rd and 5 coming up. Uh, 10:58 to go. Yep, from their own 31, they got to get to the 36. Looks like we get a timeout because of the play clock. So I believe Minnesota burned. All right. Or did Pittsburgh? All right, NFL Network. Who took the dang timeout? Why haven't you indicated? All right, it is Pittsburgh. No help by NFL Network there. They never indicated who took the timeout, but it was Pittsburgh. Bigger Favre or Rodgers guy in their heyday? But I gotta go Rodgers. I mean, I do appreciate Favre reviving the franchise. Believe me. He is key in that. You start with Bob Harlan, Kevin Harlan's dad, then hiring Ron Wolf, hiring Holmgren, but of course bringing in Favre was huge. No, I don't remember Bradshaw. I remember Mark Malone, though. See, my sister maybe remembers Bradshaw. Shotgun, back to pass, throws, caught for the first down by, I think, Thielen. Looks like Thielen on the catch, who just came back to Minnesota after a stint in Carolina. I got to slow the clock down a little bit. Yeah, Fish, I remember Mark Malone. I have some vague memories of the early 80s. I don't really have any I definitely don't have any 70s All right, under center, two receivers to the bunch to the near side, deep back, fakes the handoff to Mason, back to pass. Everybody's covered. He falls forward after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Still inside the 40, I believe. 9:47, clock rolling. Thanks, Fish. Saw you got that. All right, Manuel Vasquez. Definitely pulling for the Steelers today. Thanks for chiming in. Got to beat the Vikings. Got to usually root for the AFC over the NFC, but especially in division. Shotgun, back to pass, throws right side to Jefferson. Moves forward close to the first down, but he's at least a yard shy. Where they'll have a 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and... Yeah, they say 3rd and 1. 9:05, second quarter. Jefferson, 6 catches for 51. Thanks, Fish. No, I'm in my early 50s, as the bald head would indicate. That's why I shave, so you don't see my grays on my beard. Shotgun, fake handoff. And, that's going to depend on the spot. We may have a virtual measurement here. They are marking him very close to the first down. I imagine they go for it, even if it's 4th and inches. But they're still on their half of the field. Yeah, Brad Allen, I think, is signaling an official's timeout. I'm sure they'll have a virtual measurement here. So we're not sure if it's 4th and inches or 1st and 10, but either way, I think Kevin O'Connell is going for it. Yeah, thanks, Fish. Yeah. All right, virtual measurement says they are short. So it's 4th and inches. Yeah, 4th down. I got to scroll up. So it's 4th and inches, so not a full yard. Yeah, this would be a huge stop for the Steeler defense, for sure. Wentz leads them to the line of scrimmage. Still 12 on the play clock. Oh, I forgot to start the clock. Sorry. I'll get it fixed in a minute. From their own 47, handoff to Mason. He's got it. He's inside Steeler territory, down at about the 45. 1st and 10, Vikings. Let me fix the clock. 7:53. They had Jefferson as the deep back, but he was a decoy, and Mason went right up the gut. Maybe off tackle to the right side. Good tackle in the open field, though, to keep the gain to a minimum. 7:27 to go. In shotgun, empty set. Caught, left flat, moves forward for a gain of maybe 3, where it'll be 2nd and 7. Seven minutes to go, second quarter, 2nd and 7. Vikings break the huddle. 12 on the play clock. Under center, number 36 lined up behind him. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 to the top, looks like Jefferson. Toss. Avoids a tackle, but still gets tackled for a loss of like maybe a yard. So it'll be 3rd and long coming up. All right, what is going on here? Why am I unable to get to 3rd down on my score thing? Shouldn't be this difficult. There we go. I don't know. It's either going to be 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. Let's see where they mark them. Good open field tackle by the Steelers. Thornhill, number 22. It is 3rd and 8. 4 seconds on the play clock. In shotgun, bunch receiver set to the top side of 3. Oh, I think it's intercepted at the 35. He was not down, but now he's down after a loss on the return. But either way, it's Steeler ball in their own territory at 5:50. Wow, horrible pass. I don't know who Wentz was going to. And the Steelers in business late here. Well, still 5:50 to go. Yeah, Elliott, I think, number 25 on the pick. Yeah, Elliott. So he did lose a yard on the return back at their own 32. But either way, they got the stop. Yeah, no, Goodell just addressed this, I think, yesterday, I'm sorry, Fighting Whales. I think he said he wants 16. That way every team plays one. So, yeah, probably the last 2 weeks. Well, no, would that be the last? How many weeks are there? Is there 18 weeks? So the last 2 weeks you wouldn't have one. South Pole game, yeah. Somebody joked, a credit Tree. I think he said Riyadh. Yeah, we got a bunch already. There's like a big streak of them coming up. So depending on the matchups, depending on my schedule, I probably will do some more. Again, this week, it was one, because it's Rodgers and the Vikings versus the Vikings. 2, because of the 2:00 start this afternoon, I would have only been able to do the Packers-Cowboys tonight. So I'm like, why not do this one? Yeah, so he's looking for 16 games so every team plays one every year, which... How is the Players Union? I get, the Players Union is the worst in all of organized sports, and they're in disarray right now. So how are they going to agree to that? I don't know. Whatever the NFL wants, the NFL gets. So as Roger requests, Roger gets. It's ridiculous. They've given them the power. No. Sorry, Fish. I'm just Fighting Whales. Sorry. I got this one, by the way. I got this bot. Sorry. I keep saying Fish. Whales. Sorry. No, not at this juncture. I'll revisit the plans, but Saturdays are mostly going to be off days, or they just take too long. And I know maybe that's a bad excuse, but I don't want to sit through 3.5, 4 hours of football. Shotgun, Rodgers back to pass, throws, caught by the tight end out near the 40. Should be about a 2nd and 3 coming up. That is number 80, I believe. Yeah, Washington. Normally a blocking tight end, but gets a gain of 7. They're replaying the interception. Yeah, I guess he just didn't see 25. He thought he had a receiver open on an out route. Or a little post over the middle, maybe. In shotgun, he's got Gainwell in the backfield. 2 receivers to the top. No, it is a handoff to Gainwell. I thought they faked it. Looks like he's got enough for the first down at the 42. 1st and 10. Oh, shoot, I'm having drop frames? Are you kidding me? Well, apologies if the video froze. Guess I'm using up a lot of bandwidth. Gosh darn it. Seriously? I don't have a ton of things open right now. All right, 4:40 to go. 1st and 10, near hash mark, in shotgun. 2 receivers to the top. Back to throw. Throw is incomplete. Yeah, pass rush was on. With 4:31. 2nd and 10. Yeah. Right, maybe playoffs, but you know what? I think I would need to have ESPN Unlimited because If it's on ESPN Select, which I think I will get for NHL coverage, I will think about it. Okay, good. Thanks for the feedback. I just noticed I had drop frames. Carry by Gainwell for a long gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, it's just something. Looks like I yelled a little there. Apologies if I'm loud. I think it's 3rd and 1 after about a gain of 9. I just noticed it's only 46 drop frames, so it's not very high. I just got to keep an eye on it. I have to scan. I'm streaming at 720 instead of 1080. I'm not using the ESPN app. It is a 3rd and 1, so give Gainwell a gain of 9. Handoff to Gainwell again. He plows forward for the first down. They are now in Vikings territory. First down. Oh, sorry, N1 Packers fan. No worries. Yes, sorry, Wales. Hold on. We do have a flag. Apologies. Let's see the time. Maybe it's not. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Skoric got labeled by Murphy Jr. Oh, wow. We had pushing and shoving. I got distracted by the chat. 3:41 to go. Whoa. I mean, Skoric was blocking to the echo of the whistle, but let's see what the call is. 7. Yeah, he's complaining he got blocked, but you can't just label the guy. Sorry, dude. So that's a big foul after the first down. That'll mark them further into Vikings territory. Yeah, sorry, N1 Packers fan. Hopefully the feed is all right. Yeah, again, I did notice I'm having some issues. I'll have to keep an eye on drop frames. I'm at 46. Otherwise, the stream seems all right. I never got a warning from YouTube Studio. All right, clock is rolling. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 32 after the 15-yard penalty. I got this one. It's a run. And to the near side by Gainwell. No, that wasn't Gainwell. Number 20. It's going to be no gain or a gain of 1. It's Caleb Johnson. They do give him a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for the Steelers. All right, I got to fix the clock. Sorry. A lot going on. One-man band besides the mods blocking the bots for me. 2:51, 2nd and 9 at the Viking 31-yard line. Near hash mark, 2 receivers each side, 1 in motion, the tight end to the near side. 1 second. Snap. Ooh, did they get the playoff? Back to pass. Throws it, and it's incomplete to the back. That was that Johnson? Wait, who was that? Caleb Johnson. I don't know why I can't remember it. I don't know. 3rd and 9. It was incomplete. I don't know why NFL Network still has 2nd and 9. Now they finally. 2:34 to go. Second quarter. 3 receivers to the far side. 1 to the near side. A shot in shotgun with the back to his left. Looks like they put Gainwell back in. 4 seconds on the play clock. He's still changing stuff. 2, 1. Shotgun, back to pass. 4-man rush. Rodgers moving in the pocket, steps forward, and he dives for the first down, but he fumbled, and a lineman gets it and pushes forward. Fortunate bounce for the Steelers. It got popped out of there. Didn't even see the hit, but the ball was loose. 2:13 to go. Second quarter, 1st and 10. All right, here's the replay. We see Rodgers in shotgun. I hope they don't miss the next snap unless we go down to the 2-minute warning here. Oh, yeah, a strip move from the back, from behind. It just popped the ball. It took 1 bounce off the turf or grass and bounced perfectly to the lineman, and that is the 2-minute warning, and I will fix the clock. First and 10. They're in the red zone for sure. Let's check the. Hey, thanks, Fish. They give them the 11. That was let's see, Rodgers fumble recovered by Jones. So Greenard forced the fumble and got the. Then, yeah, he took it. Oh, I'm sorry. It was to the. I got this one. It was a gain to the 20 for 11 yards, scooped up for 6 yards. They marked him at the 15. I don't know why. If the audio is loud, just let me know. I keep seeing I'm getting into the red. I'm not even like yelling, but I guess I got the mic so close. So. Yeah, back to the chat at the 2-minute warning. Yeah, thanks for the feedback on the stream, everybody. Yeah, N1 Packers fan, sorry if you got kicked out. Again, I did have some issues, I believe. Only 46 drop frames, so that's not a lot. Sometimes I'm in the hundreds or thousands, and that's when I know there's issues, but hope to get faster internet at some point in the future. Let's see. Shouldn't have an issue with this afternoon's game or tonight, though I'll have it off of ABC for WNBA and NBC for the Sunday night game. So it shouldn't be using up too much bandwidth. Yeah, so I'll think about maybe college football playoffs. We'll see if it's available, because I don't plan to have ESPN Unlimited after a month. It just stinks that they don't put the WNBA on ESPN Select. It seems to be NHL and college sports only. But if that includes college football, I will consider it. I'll look into it. But the plan is to have hockey, I think, going forward. I know that's going to disappoint NBA fans, but just not into the NBA. We'll see how hockey does first before I fully commit to. All right, from the 15, at the Viking 15 for the Steelers. Steelers offense in business. They're set up well here in the red zone. First and 10. Fakes the deep handoff. Throws to the left flat. It's the tight end, number 80. Washington takes it out of bounds near the 10 for a gain of probably about 5. So it should be 2nd and 5. That is Washington, right? Number 80? Yeah. Yep. Out of bounds at the 10. All right, 2nd and 5. Ooh, being up this early is going to make me hungry early. Steelers have 2 timeouts left. 3, 2, 1. Did they get the playoff? Back to pass, and he is sacked and thrown down. Bit of a high tackle and toss. I think that's what Rodgers is saying. Did the Vikings take a timeout? The clock is stopped at 1:49 for no reason. Somebody missed a blocking assignment. He just split through. I guess a bit of a stunt. And, 61 on the sack. This is going to be 3rd and long. All right. Bot be gone. Oh my gosh, bots, get the heck out of here. All right, Vikings did take a timeout. This is third. Okay, they did give it a loss of 10. Third and 15. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Hey, hello, Peter McPeter. I'll get to your comment in a minute. Yeah, it's just bots. It's always NFL games. Yeah, they do seem really bad today, I'll admit. It's just bots. Shotgun, back to pass. Third and 15. Dumps it to Gainwell. Takes it inside the 15 down to about the 12 at 1:41. I imagine the Vikings just called timeout. So it's fourth and no, I don't want the bots. Peter McPeter. We're good. No, they're meaningless because YouTube usually ends up deleting them anyways. So, all right, fourth and where the heck were they? It was a gain of 8. So what does that make it? I don't know. 30-yard field goal coming up. It's fourth down. Frickin', they never put it up. 1 timeout left for the Vikings. Boswell out for a 30-yard field goal. Snap, hold, kick is blocked. Are you kidding me? And the Vikings recover. What was that? That was a low kick. Good snap, good hold, terrible blocking. The edge guy got it and blocked it. So it's still 14-3. Huge play by the Vikings special teams. Well, that was awful. So on a 30-yard attempt, they should get it. Yeah, then at the 20. Yeah, it's where you spot it. Rodgers on the block. Is that what it's saying? Pace recovered at the 9, but they should get it back. Are they going to get it at the 9? Or are they going to get it at the 20? It's so rare, I don't even know. All right, back to the comments. 1 timeout for the Vikings. The problem I have with NBA on NBC, it's Tuesday night, and their second game of the doubleheader, Central Time. It's not all of them, but most of them are on at 7:00 and 10:00. I don't want to be doing NBA basketball till 12:30 and later at night on a Tuesday. That's my problem with it. So, like, in defense of hockey, I would probably not do Sharks games because they generally start at 9:30 because I don't want to be doing hockey till midnight or later. I'd rather do a 9:00 game and be done 11:30, 11:40 at the latest. So yeah, I hear you. I know the Amazon Prime has Friday night games, but again, I don't know. I just didn't like the playoff games I did. I was pretty bored by those games. Maybe they were bad. The finals games I really thought were boring. Perfect lead in for more international football, the blocked field goal. Yeah. No, we don't need the bots. They disrupt the chat. Yeah, so where do they get the ball? That's my question. NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball. No, thank you. I will do college football before baseball. Let's put it that way. I'm thinking about doing the wild card round, but I think I'm reconsidering it. They do get it at the 9. That's odd. Dump off pass over the middle. I think it's 2nd and 1. NFL Network doesn't have the virtual line for the first down. And we get a late flag, so the clock stops at 1:22. Oh, the clock is still rolling for some reason. I don't know why. It just stopped at 1:15. Oh, roughing the passer against the Steelers, so that will be a first down. So Wentz threw it out of the end zone. He had a pump fake. Oh, yeah, idiot. Put both hands to his head, or at least one hand. It wasn't much, but you know the rules, dude. That's a bad penalty. 1st and 10. Really undisciplined by the Steelers defense. Harmon, number 99, I think, on the call. That was pretty dumb. The days of all-nighters are gone. Yeah. That was the Steelers' first penalty. It's a big one for 15 yards. Vikings have 3 for 26. And it derailed that one drive. They were in Steeler territory and probably could have gotten at least a field goal. All right, from their own 34-yard line, they fixed the clock because stupid, I don't know what they were doing. Back to pass. Down the left sideline, overshot him. 36. Had to go just past his hands. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. 1:28 to go. Yeah, maybe got one fingertip on it. Just overthrown. Queen on the coverage, I think. Number 6, too. Let's see who 36 is. Xavier Scott was the intended target. All right, in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He does have a back in the backfield. Looks like Xavier Scott again. Back to throw. Caught over the middle near the first midfield marker. And enough for first down. 1st and 10 at the Steelers' 49-yard line. Back to pass. Wentz looking. Steps up. Rolls to the right. Sideline. Throws. Caught by Scott? Or was that out of bounds? No, they called that a catch. Holy crap. What a catch. 2nd and 3. Gain of 7 for Scott on the catch. Well, the Steelers had a 7-man front, or even oh no, that was on the catch by. Looks like it was Jefferson with that long catch over the middle at the 49. So it was out of bounds. Vikings still have one timeout. We're still showing this replay. I bet you they're missing. Yeah, I don't even get to the formation. 2-1, shotgun, back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket, throws wide open at the 20, and Jefferson slipped down. Is this grass or field turf? Okay, yeah, Jefferson slipped. He might have had a chance at a touchdown. Clock rolling, 40 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for the Vikings in the red zone, actually at the 13 of the Steelers. Shotgun, back to pass, looking. Rushes on, he dumps it, and taken down back at the 15 by Queen. So a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 coming up with 22 seconds to go. Jefferson, I don't know. I think he's still upset that he slipped. Oh, okay. I thought it was the stream. Yeah, I can't tell if this is grass or field. I guess it's grass, and it's just in bad condition. Jefferson caught it and then took a few steps and slipped. Yeah, it does look like regular grass. I don't see the pellets coming up. Yeah, he just took a divot like he was hitting a 9-iron on a golf course out of the rough. All right. Looks like the Vikings used up their last timeout. They got a 2nd and 12 coming up. Back at their Steeler 15. So they got to get to the 3. Shotgun, back to pass, looking left, throws, left flat, Hawkinson The pass was behind him, and he couldn't secure the catch. And we got 20 seconds left. Sorry, I don't know what happened to the clock there. 3rd and 12. I don't know why NFL Network is so slow. Hawkinson had 2 hands on it, but the throw was behind him. He was turning outside and had to turn inside, and that would have been a really tough catch. Wilson was there on the coverage, might have blown it up. Thornhill 22 as well. All right, 6 on the play clock. Wentz now backs up into shotgun. 1, he's pounding his fist or slapping his hands to get it. Throws a moon ball out of the back of the end zone. Oh, it was almost picked. I don't think he got his feet in, though, by the Steelers. 4th and 12, and I assume the kicking unit will come on. That was dangerous by Wentz. Yeah. I don't think he got either foot in, but all right, we got a field goal try coming up. All right. They send out the kicker for a 33-yard attempt. Oh, the Steelers were way offside. Ramsey beat the snap, and I've never seen somebody that far offside. Like, he went as soon as the holder put his helmet down to look for the ball. Oh, that made it 5 yards shorter. 4th and 7. I guess why not if you think you can time it. They put 2 seconds back on the clock for some reason. There's 16. Now it's a 28-yarder coming up. That was bizarre. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up and good with 12 seconds to go. And thanks to the blocked field goal, it's an 8-point lead now. So huge turnaround by the Vikings. They block a short kick on one end and then drive down the field. Drive stalls out in the red zone, but they get their own field goal, and now it's only an 8-point lead for the Steelers. So big turn of events here late in the first half. Late NBA, NHL, Hawaii football, MPB. No. No, I'm too old. Maybe 20 years ago. Maybe no, more like 30 years ago. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, that was bad. The Steelers got a break that the turf gave out from underneath Jefferson's foot, because that might have been a touchdown. He was wide open. He might have been able to outcut the defense and take that one in, but still a huge turnaround. The Vikings special teams cash in. They block a field goal, and then the offense gets them into field goal position to draw the Minnesota Vikings back within 8. So a one-possession game again. All right, here's the kickoff. Taken at about the 1, far numbers, 20, tackled down at about the 24. That was Gainwell on the return. 6 seconds, expect a kneel down here. Art Rooney, Steelers founder and owner, his parents emigrated from Ireland, and Dan Rooney was the Ireland ambassador. Steelers played in Dublin in a preseason game versus the Bears at this Croaky Park. I assume it's not Croke Park. I assume it's Croaky. And I already forgot. I think do the Vikings get the ball in the second half? I'll have to take a look. All right, come on. Yep, they'll take a kneel down. That'll be the end of the first half. Let me get my timer ready for the start of the second half. The halftime goes quick. All right, we got that set. Let's fix this real quick. Thanks for being here early on a Sunday morning. Yeah, I've completely forgotten who started with the ball. Let me look it up. Oh, shoot, I gotta go back to the first quarter, I believe. Oh yeah, it wasn't a 3 and out, but yeah, the Steelers went nowhere. So it will be Viking ball in the second half. Yeah, so we'll just flip even though they'll be kicking off, but we'll just indicate that the Vikings get it in the second half. All right. Thanks everybody who has liked and subscribed. If you're new, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the live stream, and if so, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and helps me grow the channel. And I thank you so much for your support. All right, so far so good on the stream. Since that one little glitch, just a reminder, we'll be back at 2 o'clock, so a little over, about 4 hours from now for Aces at Fever, Game 4 of the WNBA semifinal. Fever looking to win at home and send it out to Vegas for a 5th and deciding game in this best of 5. That would be Tuesday night if necessary. And the links, it'll be Lynx at Mercury in Game 5. No Cheryl Reeve. She is suspended. And Nafisa Collier is out with that left-turned ankle. Cheryl Reeve had a meltdown just before the end of the game when she perceived that Alyssa Thomas of the Mercury foul had injured Collier when in fact it was a clean steal. And the contact happened after the steal and was deemed incidental, which it was the right call. No matter how you feel about WNBA officiating, while it is terrible, it was the correct call. But Lynx fans and Cheryl Reeve apologists are never going to see it that way. And she got rightfully suspended. Only a game, though. So Metcalf, 4 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown. It was 80 yards. That's the big one. Gainwell did have a touchdown run. Yeah, I don't know. I may take the day off. I'm really hoping for a Tuesday night. No, I would not be able to do all 4 baseball games. There's no chance my voice would hold up. I don't know. I'm just not into baseball. I tried to do it with the White Sox. The only thing I would have had available to me would have been Saturday night Fox games once CHSN took their over-the-air signal down in favor of bending the knee to their deal with Comcast Xfinity. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still. It'll either. I don't know what I'm doing Wednesday. I was thinking. I'm really hoping that the Fever will send it to Game 5. I would be fine with the Mercury closing out that series and not having to return to Minneapolis to take on the Lynx, but. Piggy Wiggly chiming in Cubs playoff game. Uh, we'll see. If I was gonna do a playoff game, who would they even be playing? I haven't seen the schedule. Do they have that? All right, let me take a quick break and I'll look. Yes, Piggy Wiggly. I'll consider it. I do have ESPN Unlimited at the time for the WNBA playoffs. ESPN does have the wild card round, I believe. I would not have any access beyond the wild card round though until the World Series because I think okay, thanks. Maybe. Ugh, that gives me bad flashbacks to 1984. Uh yeah, probably would pass on Dodgers Mets. um I would only be able to do AL the league the second round or the league championship series, I believe. Cuz it would be on I'm not paying for HBO Max or whatever they're calling it. That's because that's the only way I would get because I think TNT has it. And that's also why I won't be doing what is it called, unrivaled or whatever, the 3-on-3, not just because I don't really like 3-on-3 basketball, but it's exclusive to TNT and etc. So that I would have to get, I'm not paying for HBO Go or HBO Max. That's one of the most expensive streaming services. All right, let me take a quick break and I will check my Chicago roots. Again, only the wild card round. That's all I'm committing to. I don't think I'd rather do hockey for the league championship series. We'll see. Maybe I'll consider doing the World Series, but again, I know. Piggy Wiggly wants me to pay $19.99 a month just to do Cub games, which I am not gonna do. I'm paying $29.99 just to do the WNBA playoffs and opening night of hockey. So that might be the lone Blackhawks game I do all year is opening night. And screw the Blackhawks. Screw the Blackhawks, White Sox, and Bulls for bowing to Comcast Xfinity and taking the over-the-air signal down. All right, I got to take a quick break, and then I'll be back. Thanks, everybody. All right, all right, all right. We're back. I believe. No, she likes. There is a there is a Japanese player on the Cubs. Thanks, Piggy Wiggly. You don't have to. Thank you though. All right, let me take a look at the schedule. I can't commit yet. Yeah, I forgot. The Cubs do have a Japanese player. Thanks, Piggy Wiggly. I appreciate the offer. Yeah, I forgot who it is on the Cubs. I forgot I don't remember his name. Is it a Suzuki? No, I don't remember. All right, fine. Let's take a look. They're still doing a halftime performance. I don't think we're resuming in 250, by the way. I think this is going to be more than a 14-minute. All right, let's take a look at their schedule. I got to get off of these ads. Oh, you're right. I didn't realize today was the last day of the regular season. For some reason, I thought yesterday was. Yeah, they still. All right. Depending. I got an appointment Tuesday afternoon. So, depending on when San Diego Cubs are, maybe I'll do that game. But if it's at noon my time, I won't be able to go. I think I have an appointment at 1. So, I'm not going to reschedule my appointment to stream baseball. All right, I don't know. They're going to commercial, but I don't think there's any way we're going to be ready in 2 minutes. I'll have to take a look. So you're saying, yeah, the Dodgers would be the late game. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday if necessary. I did know that. Thanks, Wales. Oh, they do have. Okay. Yeah, they don't have. You're right. All right, I'll have to check. When are they done tonight? Oh, okay. They'll be done by the time I come on the air. So maybe I'll know more when I do the. It's not that important. It's not that appointment. Good call, though. And no, that would not be advisable. Pretty groggy from the. Hello, Sinbin admin. I get pretty groggy from anesthetic. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, again, if it's the noon game, I won't be able to do it. If it's the 3 o'clock game, maybe. I should be fine for that. And if there's a game 5, I'm doing WNBA, so we'll see. HR calls. Hey, Sea Gazer. Ah, okay. Yeah, but Piggy Wiggly likes the Cubs. Maybe because they had Kosuke Fukudome a long time ago, and now they do have another. Japanese player. Why am I blanking? Because I did the one Roku game. That's how they played. I think the Mets. That's who. That's how Piggy Wiggly found me. But I was so far behind on that Roku game because it's streaming. All right, where the heck? Like, where are the lineups? Why I feel like their website has changed. Gotcha, Sea Gazer. Oh, it is a Suzuki. That's why Piggy Wiggly. That's what I thought. I thought you liked Kosuke Fukudome. All right, so Suzuki. Holy crap! What a 31 homers, 102 RBIs. Dang. Low average. Good on OPS. Okay, gotcha. And oh, they have one more. Okay, two. Okay, gotcha. I didn't know the other one. All right, actually, it looks like they're about set to get back. So yeah, I need to reset the board here. We need to take down the timer. We'll take this down. All right, yeah, we'll see. I am hoping for a game 5, but if it doesn't happen, maybe we'll do some. Again, only committing to the wild card round, and maybe the World Series. I can't see just doing AL, but maybe I will. We'll see. All right, kickoff, and I think I forgot to reset the clock. Yep, I forgot. Return. Yep, sorry. I'll fix this. Gosh darn it. Vikings 1st and 10. And I was not prepared. So we get set for the third quarter. Whoops. There it is. Boswell. Price to the 32 for a 28-yard return. All right, 1st and 10 from the handoff. Mason up the middle. Short gain. Give him about 3. It should be a 2nd and 7 coming up. It is. 17:44 time of possession for the Vikings to 12:16. That's because the Steelers had that 80-yard bomb, a one-play drive. All right, come on. 14-22. Shotgun back to pass. Wentz dumps it to Mason. That's going to be tackled for a loss. Back near the 31. It's going to be 3rd and long. All right, let's check the play-by-play. -4, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 coming up. Good start for the Steelers. All right, sorry. Hey, well, thanks for checking in from Japan, by the way. Thank you. 3rd and 11 from their own 31. They got to get out to their own 42. Far hash mark. 2 receivers near side. Back to pass. Wentz looking. 4-man rush. Hits home. Sack. Back at the 22, but hold that thought. There is a flag. Hopefully this is holding on the Vikings O-line and will be declined. It is. So 4th and long. That was about a 9. I think it's going to be about 4th and 20. I think they were back at the 22. Wentz, they did send 5. Queen was coming in from the far side. I'll catch up on the chat at a break. Yeah, we'll look at the schedule probably tonight during the NFL game. It's 4th and 19. Wright moves forward, but the punter kicks it, and it's returned from their own 29 and quickly loses about 4 or 5 yards back to the 25, where it'll be 1st and 10. Steelers' first possession of the second half. Pardon the whistle there. 13:09 to go. Oh boy, my clock. I gotta get. All right, let's quickly catch up on the chat. 48-yard kick by the punter, or punts, right punts for 48 yards to the 29. Loss of 3, so they'll be at the 26. All right, thanks for chatting. I do appreciate it. So Wales asked what time. Piggy Wiggly said midnight. Tough playoff games for the Dodgers. Wait, who are the Dodgers playing, you said? Wait, the Mets didn't make it, did they? I thought they got eliminated. Gotcha. Hey, Akram Pira, good morning. Thanks for joining. Yeah, no, we'll see. A lot depends on the WNBA. If the WNBA is playing Game 5s Tuesday, we're doing Game 5s Tuesday. So we'll know more this afternoon and tonight. We'll keep an eye on the basketball schedule. I'm sorry. We'll keep an eye on the baseball schedule once play wraps up this afternoon. So Wednesday, sure, I can probably do a Cub game on Wednesday. I don't know about Tuesday. Dodgers play the Mets. Oh, I thought the Mets got eliminated. Apparently not. Okay. Okay, thank you. Ah, that's what I thought. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, weren't we just looking at this? Ah, okay, yeah. Somebody would be traveling to LA. Gotcha. That's what I thought. It's not for sure. I thought the Mets were going to lose, but we do know it's Padres Cubs. Gotcha. Mets win and a Reds loss. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Wales. Okay, 1st and 10 for Rogers and company at their own toss. Nope, short loss by Gainwell. Not a well gain there by Gainwell. I know, bad pun. 2nd and 11 should be coming up. No, yeah, the Mets are not in. Yeah, I had heard they could, if they lose, they're out. I had heard that. They've been in a free fall. All right, 2nd and 11 from their own 25-yard line. Handoff to Gainwell up the middle, past the 30, falls forward to the 32, so it'll be about a third. Give him a 3rd and 4 after a gain of 7 up the middle. All right, huge down here early in the 3rd quarter. Oh no, you don't have to apologize, Piggy Wiggly. No worries. Totally fine. You told me Cubs Padres. That was right. Dodgers are at home. We know that much. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He does have a back with him in shotgun. Snap as the clock expired. Play clock. Caught by Gainwell for maybe a yard. So that'll bring up 4th and 3. Actually, they say no gain. 4th and 4. That play went nowhere. Yeah, they had 3 receivers to the near side, threw it to the far side, but good coverage by, I think it's Wilson, number 55, on the stop. So the punting unit will head to the field, and the Vikings will get the ball back. They did give him a gain of 1. I knew it. Kick is in the air to the near numbers, caught and immediately tackled. Great coverage by the Steelers special teams, but maybe he interfered with the catch, so this might be going against the Steelers. So let's hold on here. What's the call? Anytime Brad Allen wants to announce it. Oh, it's an illegal block in the back by the Vikings. Never mind. Skoranek would have... Like, dude, what a dumb penalty. He ended up blocking him right into the guy who received the kick. Oh, my gosh. That's going to back up the Vikings then. Man, NFL Network is terrible. They didn't even show the announcement by the ref. I don't understand that. All right. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe Wednesday we can do the Cub game. Why not? Again, not much of a baseball fan in general. You know, when I first started doing Sox games, they were going pretty quickly. And then I did that 4-game series, I think against the Mets. They got swept, and the games seemed to be just as slow as ever. And that was the beginning of the end. But I haven't, other than those games I streamed, I haven't watched baseball or followed baseball consistently since like 2010, which seems strange now. You would have thought, I don't know, I gave up basketball so long ago, and the WNBA brought me back because I would not have, those were enjoyable to do, and they are still in the playoffs. Let's double check here. Okay, that's still up to date. Let's check in real quick here. Oh yeah, I never looked to see if there's the live page. Let's see if we're on there. Oh man, come on. I'm not on the live page? Ah, dang it. How? Usually I am. Hey, thanks. We got 13 likes. I appreciate you all. Still at commercial. Oh, let's check the poll. 26 votes. Now we got 54% for the Steelers. So we had a flip. I think it went 8% the other way. All right. 1st and 10 for Carson Wentz and company. Back at their own 10 after the block and the back penalty. Back to pass. Throws left sideline and out of the hands of Jordan Addison at 10:58. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. A little bit overthrown by Wentz. Excuse me. They faked the handoff to Mason. Jordan Mason. And then overthrew Jordan Addison. But he was pressured. In fact, his arm got hit by Hayward on the throw. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, Wentz shaking his right arm. 3 on the play clock in shotgun. Handoff, Mason up the middle. Plows forward to, wow, he ended up getting, if they give him forward progress, they might give him a gain of 8 to bring up 3rd and 2. Wentz still uncomfortable with his right wrist, I would say. 10:35 to go. Third quarter. Oh, they give him a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 from their own 17-yard line. Oh, I got to fix the timeouts. I forgot to do that at halftime. I got to remember that. Watt is lined up offsides. This might be a free first down. Throw over the middle or to the left side, caught by Thielen for the first down. No offsides. Maybe it was the camera angle, but I really thought TJ Watt, I was right the first time, was offsides, but Thielen caught it to the left side. Slay on the coverage, and a first down for the Vikings. And yeah, I need to fix the timeouts. I forgot to do that at halftime. All right, now they should be fixed. Each team with all 3. Handoff to Mason up the far hash mark, dives forward near the first down, but I think they're going to mark him about a yard short. Nope, that was a gain of 9. They originally had 2nd and 9. That's something I would do. Flip the numbers in my brain. This is a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. He slid forward, but yeah. 12 carries for 47 for Mason. Pretty good day for him. All right, from the 30, fakes the handoff, then throws to Mason in the flat. He gets the first down past the 40 and knocked out of bounds, but not before a Viking first down. They stopped the clock at 8:55, so I'm sure it's rolling by now, though. And nobody picked up yeah, I think we'll at least do the Cub game Wednesday, Piggy Wiggly. I don't know. We'll see about Tuesday. Yeah, have a good night's sleep. Thanks, Piggy Wiggly. All right, handoff. Taken forward and a gain of 2 to the outside. 2nd and 8. Yeah, have a good day. Good luck. Hope you sleep well. Thanks for checking in and watching. All right, 2nd and 8. Yeah, we don't know the time yet. It might be middle of the night again. It ain't going to be 8:30 in the morning. We know that. Shotgun, back to pass, throws incomplete. He was going for Addison. 3rd and 8 now. 7:38 to go. Forgot about the clock there. They have 3 sacks on 3rd down today, the Steelers defense. They had 1 coming into today. All right, Steelers fans in attendance cheering for their defense here on 3rd down. Vikings at their own 45. They got to get to the Steeler 47. Back to pass. Wentz rolls to the left. He takes it himself. He's going to get the first down and then some with his feet. Wow. Where did that come from? 22. Wentz rolled to the left side. Yep. Just picked it up. I don't know if that was a designed keeper or not, or if he just saw the coverage. Jefferson was covered pretty well initially. If he just took one look at Jefferson and tucked it. All right, back to pass. Oh, man, he avoided the first pass rusher. It's fumbled, but the Vikings recover it. The second guy delivered the hit. He had to duck under the first defender and then got hit on the second one, and the ball popped free. They must have sent a blitz because, yeah, somebody timed it perfectly. Oh, he got blocked by the guy that initially was in, and now Wentz is holding his left side. This is going to be a 2nd and long. The Vikings lineman fell on it, or a tight end. They only lost 1. Ball went in their favor. And he's sacked, this time back at his own 49. So this is going to bring up 3rd and long. Wow. Yeah, Steelers pass rush getting there quickly and making a living nightmare for the Vikings offense. Watt was the first one there, barely got a token, shove by TJ Hawkinson, and then 95 got the sack. 3rd and 16, back at their own, well, they'll say the 50, back to throw, and it's intercepted. Watt inside the 40 and inside the 35. What a play by T.J. Watt to intercept the ball at the line of scrimmage. Wow. And another promising drive by the Vikings is turned away by the Steelers. Steelers gone to Super Bowl. They got the Hayward might have tipped it, and then Watt scooped it up and got a short return. 5:15 to go, Steeler ball. Yeah, Hayward may have tipped that. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that was a huge turn of events there. Yeah, exactly. I saw the graphic. They only had one sack on third down in the first 3 games, and they already had 3 on third down today. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I saw that on the broadcast. Thank you for pointing it out. This hasn't been too bad. We've had some big plays, at least. I guess it's bad if you're a Vikings fan, but they dodged a bullet by blocking that field goal and then taking a lengthy drive down the field and pulling back within 8. But yeah, if the Steelers get a touchdown here, it could be trouble, as they seem to be getting to Wentz. Again, they got to do better on first and second down. If they can stay out of these third and longs, they'll be all right, you know. And thank you, Peter McPeter. If you're joking, it's a good joke. The pick was on third down. Oh, okay. Well, this was third down, I think. Yeah, this pick was on third. But they also, yeah, I think this here. I thought it was, yeah, third shotgun. Went short, middle, intended for Scott, intercepted by Watt. Yeah, I think Hayward tipped it to him. At the 47, Watt with a 12-yard return, and Scott made the tackle. They're at the 35. Yeah, I hear you. No, I obviously, Packers are my favorite team. My second favorite team is whoever the Vikings are playing, because I absolutely hate that team. Pretty much hate that state. I do have family in that state, so other than that, I don't know. I didn't hate the Lynx, but I sure do now. Cheryl Reeve has to go after that meltdown the other night. All right, Steelers, Rodgers and company in business at the Viking 35. In shotgun, bad snap. Picks it off the ground and completes the pass to Washington, who pushes forward for a gain of 8. Wow, Rodgers avoided a disaster. That was a horrible snap. Versus your Dodgers. Okay, well, yeah, again, the only thing I can commit to would be the wild card round. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look into it. Well, a lot depends on the schedule. Oh, they gave McGee a 9. Second, this is second and 2. Handoff to the left side. Gainwell picks up the first down. They should be to the Viking 20-yard line and a first down. Steelers going right to left. Black jerseys, yellow pants, normal uniform. Vikings in white jerseys, purple pants, and yeah, both the helmets as you see right here. Of course, the Steelers logo on the right side of the helmet, not the left. Yeah, I'm gonna. We'll see. Again, a lot depends on the WNBA and the schedule. 1 second on the play clock. Toss to Gainwell. He takes it to the outside on the far sideline. That's going to be at least a gain of 5. We'll see where they mark them. I need to slow the clock down here. 3:37 to go. I'm going to say 2nd and 5. It's probably going to be 2nd and like 4. That was not a... Wait, that was a first down? Seriously? No, 2nd and 4. Man, NFL Network is awful at the down and distance. That's 2nd and 3.5, but Gainwell on the carry inside the 5 and trips down at the 4. 1st and goal coming up for the Steelers. First down. Well, Sinbin Admin is who I'm married to. Yeah, it depends on schedules. Oh, boo, but you're free to root for the Cowboys, Jake Atkins. It's okay, guys. Don't argue. We'll see. Hand off to Gainwell in for the touchdown. Steelers. 223. And I have a very good reason for hating the Vikings in the state of Minnesota. It's not just Cheryl Reeve. It's okay, guys. You're all good. Don't argue. Whoops, wrong button. Gainwell on the carry at 223. We'll see what they go for. I'm assuming they're going to kick the extra point. We'll see. Guys, it's okay. All right, guys, relax. Wales, it's okay. Peter McPeter, request received. Kick is good. We will see. Again, a lot depends on if there's WNBA Game 5s or not. Definitely can't do more than 2 baseball games. So we'll put it that way. Yeah, guys, it's okay. Relax. Both of you. It's okay. Peter, I know. You're fine. Wales, we're good. We're good. Extra point is good. Kickoff after timeout. Huge touchdown. Houston Texans need to win against all right. Another burn. Word I guess I need to ban. We don't need that kind of language. We'll take care of that now. Trying to be kid or family friendly here. Let's see. Settings. How do I do this? Permissions. Community moderation. Let's see. Yeah, we got a ton of NFL streams that have been banned now. They'll delete those eventually. Where the heck? Why am I blanking? Ah, there we go. All right, let me see if I did that. Yep. All right. I banned that word going forward. Alejandro, I don't know. I think I am going to stick with hockey. I think I will. I love hockey. I can pay a little money and not have to do only the Blackhawks. It's insane. Why would I spend $19.99 for just the Hawks or $29.99 to get the Hawks and the Bulls when I can get all the out-of-town, out-of-market hockey I want for just, it's $11.99 currently. I got this one. It's $11.99 currently. It's going to go up to $12.99, but we'll see about WNBA. I'm sorry, NBA. I wasn't impressed with the playoff games I did, is all I'll say. NBA is why I stopped watching basketball. It's over 20 years ago. All right, here's the Kick return out the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, and out of bounds before the 35. But there's a flag. So this might be coming back at 2:14. Holding, Brad Allen indicates. So bring it back, Vikings. You will not get the benefit of that return. You're good, Peter McPeter. Don't worry about it. We're good. All right. Thank you, Wales. I just banned that word. Yeah, I didn't appreciate that. I know not everybody knows. It's not a curse word, but all right. It is Viking ball. 1st and 10 with 2:14 to go. Back at their own 18, so a huge holding penalty. Wentz back to throw. Down the near sideline, overshot. Jefferson out of bounds at 2:08. He had double coverage, but he would have been open, but the throw by Wentz was out of bounds. Looked like Jefferson got away with an OPI, though. There was a lot of clutching and grabbing. He gave a two-handed shove to Slay. I know the ball was uncatchable. Oh, and Ramsey is hobbling to the Steelers bench. He definitely was grabbing his left hamstring on that that fumble return touchdown that got overturned to a fumble out of bounds by the Vikings. Mason goes nowhere. This will be 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 9 on a carry to the outside. Well, NFL Network thinks it's a gain of 1. Ow, there goes my knee. Oh, my gosh. Addison was wide open because of Ramsey pulling up limp with that. It's got to be his left hamstring that got re-aggravated. Yeah, he's sitting on the bench with his helmet off. 1:34 to go, 3rd quarter. All right. In shotgun, bunched two receivers to the top side, and the rush is there. He's tackled inside the 10. 4th and long coming up, and the punting unit will be sent to the field. 1:12 to go in the 3rd. And a lot of, I'll try to do my best I can on the wild card round, but for baseball. Brick. Welcome back, Brick. Haven't seen you. Kick out of the end zone by the punter. It's caught at the 43. Returned the wrong way to the near side. 45-50 and out of bounds near the Viking 45 by Austin. We'll see where they mark them. 1st and 10, Steelers. They get great field position. Oh, I missed the time. Where are we at time-wise? 35 seconds to go. ESPN says the Minnesota 45. All right, 35 seconds to go. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, a lot will depend. Tuesday especially. Tuesday especially, it will depend on whether or not there's game 5s. Yeah, welcome back, Brick. Good to see you. Monday night, Bengals, Browns. Yeah. Oh, I don't know who I'm going for. Jets or Dolphins doesn't really matter to me as a Packer fan. It's AFC. Bengals, Broncos. I'll go for the Bengals. I don't like Sean Payton on the Broncos head coach. But welcome, Jake Akins. Yeah. Hey, if you'd like to vote for Jets Dolphins, you can become a channel member. All I ask is $1.99 a month, and you can vote on. I do have a poll up: Jets, Dolphins, or Bengals, Broncos. And I had leaned towards Bengals, Broncos to begin with, just because I'll get that game on ABC and I won't be behind. Otherwise, I got to stream it. Since I have ESPN Unlimited, I could do it on the TV for now. But in the future, I would have to do it off my tablet like I am for the NFL Network game here. But yeah, that you get early access to my Tecmo Super Bowl videos too. I'll have to come up with some other incentives. Oh, they're doing highlights of what's been at Croaky Park. Go Jets, go, Frank says. Yeah, I have nothing against the Jets, really. I have friends that are Jets fans. I don't like the Dolphins because of Hill. Otherwise, I really don't have any bone to pick with the Dolphins. But I can't stand Hill. I'm going for the Broncos and I'm going for the Jets. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm rooting for the Bengals. They've had nothing but bad luck. All right, it's the 46-yard line, a toss play taken to the right side numbers and out for a gain of 9. That'll be a 2nd and 1 coming up. That might be the last play of the third quarter. The Steelers don't have to snap it. Good blocking by the O-line to spring him, and a good cutback by was that Johnson? Caleb Johnson. Yeah, we haven't gone. Let's go over the stats now that we're at the end of the third quarter. I will reset the clock. Steelers will be going left to right for the final quarter. Jets game might destroy the channel. Again, number one, that game is 2 0-3 teams. Number two, I just thought I thought Bengals Broncos would be more competitive. And 3, because it's on ABC. That was the main thinking on that game. It'd probably be smart. I know a big channel will be streaming that game probably. I probably should do the other one, but I just thought it'd be the better game. All right, let me fix the clock because otherwise I'll get chatty and then I will forget. All right, 1 second. There we go. 2nd and 1 to start the fourth. Not too bad. We're at the third quarter break, about 2 hours and 12 minutes into the game. So that's not horrible. Hopefully I didn't put the jinx on it. All right. Let me scroll down. Let's go about there. I think I only have issues if I need to get to no, that should be all right. Okay. All right, let me take a look at the box score here. Excuse me. Wentz 19 to 27, 168 yards, 2 interceptions, and 6 sacks taken. Mason 13 for 47 leads the ground game. Jefferson 8 catches for 97 yards, along at 29. Rodgers 14 to 16, 174 yards and a touchdown. That was to DK Metcalf for 80 yards, 4, and about 68 of that was Yak, or 67 yards after catch. 4 catches, 122 yards. Gainwell leading the ground game, 11 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. 21-6 as we start the fourth, and huge turnover. The second pick, it was tipped at the line by Hayward and picked off by TJ Watt. That's why the this was after That's right. They did already cash in on that. I apologize. 14:56. Rush to the outside near sideline is good for the first down. 1st and 10. Clock again in motion. 14:45 to go. And why? There we go. I was like, why is the play-by-play actually behind? There we go. All right, 1st and 10 for the Steelers. 14 and a half minutes to go. They're at the Viking 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Shotgun, low snap. Rodgers throws, left side, caught. Moves forward to the 25, and injured player for the Steelers at 14-11. The reception by number 19, that's Austin. Gain of 8, they say. So it'll be 2nd and 2 near the 25-yard line. But Austin shaken up on the play, so we'll have a timeout on the field. I don't know about that. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not going to defend him. I was done with him when he got COVID and the whole immunized thing came out. And he cost us a win, or a chance at a win in Kansas City. And Love didn't look good because LaFleur didn't adjust the game plan or make any adjustments. And now Metcalf is yapping, already given the Vikings an L, and I have no love for Metcalf. He got ejected in a game against the Packers a while ago. Again, I can't stand the Steelers. I'm rooting for them because they're playing the Vikings. I stopped rooting for the Steelers when Tomlin was leaning along the sideline and then moved out of the way when on that kick return by the Ravens would have been a touchdown. That should have been ruled a touchdown. And he was on the competition committee at the time, probably still is, and that's your representative to the competition committee, a guy who cheats. Yeah, no, I agree. Rodgers is annoying. He I don't know. He's gotten stranger and stranger on the, football comments, comments unrelated to football in the last, I don't know how long. All right, that looks a little better, right? Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I was done with him when he got COVID. That really ticked me off that he would risk that, and he had broken protocol because you were supposed to be masked up at the meetings with the press because of his immunized, not getting the vaccination. He was technically breaking procedure set forth by the league at the time, and that was a 2021 season. We were still, right? Because 2020 they were, I'd have to look it up, but suffice to say, they should have taken that deal with the Broncos, I felt, because 2022 was such a waste of a season. All right, did the Steelers get charged a timeout for the injury? That's the next question. Yes, I couldn't think of his name. Rest in peace, Jacoby Jones. Yeah, I was done with the Steelers then. I wasn't a big fan, but I can't stand the Steelers. Of course, I like T.J. Watt, but I can't stand that was the play I was thinking about. How that wasn't ruled a touchdown, I don't understand to this day. Yeah, he did it became a huge meme. His little slide step when he was pretending to look at the scoreboard. Well, yeah, it wasn't just that. Jones had to step away from the sideline. He had a clear shot down the sideline, and it forced him to move in. And Austin's heading to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. 3 receivers to the near side. Ball is on the far hash mark. He has a back with him. Shotgun handoff up the middle. First down inside the 20. All the way down to about the 17-yard line. 13-27. Oh. Got to get the clock caught up. Didn't just realize that. Why am I so far behind? 16. All right, there we go. We're close. 1st and 10. Steelers. Yeah, but that was my point. Jones had to get out of the way, and that allowed the Steelers to make the tackle. Actually, they marked him at the 19, so they are in the red zone. Another handoff, number 20. That's why am I forgetting? Looks like no gain. When are they going to blow this dead? Johnson, of course. Caleb Johnson on the carry. Guess Gainwell's got this drive off. Haven't seen. They gave him a gain of 1 on that. We'll just go with it. I won't question it. All right, no charge timeout to the Steelers on that injury. Maybe that's the last 5 minutes of the half. Their game. 12:22 to go. 9 on the play clock. 2nd and 9 from the 18-yard line of the Vikings. They got to get to the 9 for a first down. In shotgun, 2 receivers. Handoff. Johnson bounces it outside to about the 15 for about a gain of 3. So 3rd and 6 coming up. No, I take nothing. Oh, yeah, we'll have that Niners game Thursday night. Definitely. Yeah, tough break with Bosa getting hurt. No disagreement. He gets his 9 wins every year, but I just lost all respect for him in that franchise on that. In shotgun, and Rodgers takes a timeout at 11:25. Play clock was almost expired. Yeah, big play coming up. 3rd and 6. I mean, they're up 15. A field goal extends the lead to 18 and would make it a 3-score or 3-possession game, but touchdown makes it a 3-touchdown lead. Actually 22. They would actually need a 2-pointer to tie in there. Yeah, good Lord. We've got October 5th, October 12th, October 19th. Then we get a break till November 9th and November 16th with these international games. The next 3 are in London, and then in November we got Berlin and Madrid. We'll see. Depends on the schedule if I'm doing more of these. All right. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking, throws, left side, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 6. Who was the target there? I'm assuming they're going to send the field goal unit out. Oh, they were going for Miller on that one. No huddle out of a timeout? I guess, is that a thing? All right, come on, NFL Network. Put the score and time up. Yeah, 11-21. 33-yard field goal attempt is up and good by Boswell at 11-18. So the Steelers now up 24-6, 18. That means the Vikings need 3 possessions to take the lead with 3 touchdowns. All right. Now, turnovers are really killing Turnovers and sacks are killing the Vikings today. Yeah, no disagreement. Tomlin's a great coach. And the reason I hate the Vikings, one, they're a Packers rival. The Packers played terrible in the Metrodome in the 90s especially. You know, obviously Dallas was a house of horrors until they opened up Jerry World, and then they haven't lost in Jerry World. Yeah, that should be your dagger for the Steelers, but it does keep it within a 3 touchdown game, the field goal. But they need to show a lot more on offense. But the Vikings I hate because they celebrated breaking Rodgers' collarbone. I mean, the hate is just intensified since then. And it wasn't just the Vikings franchise showing the highlight on the stadium. That was their highlight reel in 2024 or no 20. Oh no, I'm sorry, not 2024. We're talking like 2018, I think, or was it 17? And then not only that, the Star Tribune had it as their one of their top sports plays in all of that year. Thanks, Fighting Whales. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, not going to be, definitely not going to be more than 3 to 6. Yeah, that got overblown, sure. But what's so funny, I used to play that clip just because Joe Buck sounded so ridiculous. That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss. All right, kickoff returned out to the 30. 1st and 10 coming up for Wentz and the Viking offense. At least we assume it's going to be Wentz. Yeah, exactly. He just over. I hated Moss. Ron Wolf started drafting. He drafted like 3 straight corners that one year, and 2 of the 3 were bust, I think. But one got them some return in trade. Shotgun, back to pass, throws, caught by Addison for a gain of about 6 or 7. 11:05 to go. They give him a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 coming up. Yeah, Buck was so over the top with his call on that. All right, from the 36-yard line, got to get to the 40. Under center, deep back is Mason. They hand it off. Hits it to the outside a little bit, but between the near numbers and hash mark, it's a gain, enough for a 1st down for the Vikings. Yeah, they got to move quick. They need 3 drives. Oh, the Steelers. Oh, yeah, they did take a timeout to avoid a play clock. No, I know. It wasn't that bad. It was such an overreaction. Throws caught over the middle by Hawkinson. That's another gain of 6, maybe 7. We'll try 2nd and 3. Let me check what the play-by-play has. Oh, they said 5 yards? Are you kidding? Well, NFL Network says 2nd and 4. So which is it? We'll go with the NFL.com. Jefferson, no catches in the second half. We got a stoppage at 10:05. Hayward having helmet issues, I think. Or is he injured? Did he had to get evaluated maybe? Yeah. They just changed it. It is a gain of 6 on the play-by-play. Hayward was injured. Yeah, I'm wondering if they said he had to be evaluated or for a concussion or something. Oh, clock is rolling again. Good night. 2nd and 4 from the 46. So they got to get just inside the 50. Throws down the middle. Caught Jefferson. First catch of the second half. Down to the Steeler 34. All right, this is a little too quick here, Steelers defense. Granted, the Vikings pretty much got to get 3 and outs from here on out on defense themselves or turnovers, but 9:20. They're just inside. Okay, that's about the 35. They got to get just inside the 25 for a first down. Shot under center, rolls back, hit pressured immediately, and just dumps it at the feet of the back. And Wentz gets helped to his feet by his own offensive lineman. Just a tremendous pressure right off the snap up the middle. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yes, I remember that was such an odd pairing. That always reminds me that Joe Buck. Fox had Joe Buck and Collinsworth at one point. Yeah, it's such a weird. Back to pass, throws, caught by Hawkinson, falls forward, and he gets the first down at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 Vikings. Thank you for lunch. It's only 8:50 to go in the game. Vikings on the drive. Just outside of the red zone at the Steeler 23. Shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush, caught. Hawkinson again over the middle. Gain of maybe 5. We'll check the play. Nope, guess a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 again. Wow, why is the play-by-play suddenly behind here? There we go. They say 7, so I'm going to call it. We'll go with NFL Network, I guess. It is about 3.5. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the left, dumps it short of the intended target, number 84, Oliver. So 3rd and 4 coming up. 7:56 to go. Clock stops because of the incomplete pass. They said 7. They said 7. Yeah, it's like 3.5. Because it's definitely longer than 3. They still have 3rd and 4 on NFL Network, so we'll just match. Vikings have all 3 timeouts, but there's under 8 to go, and they are trailing by 18. But field goal, I don't know. That would bring it back to 15. You got to be thinking they're going for, if they don't pick it up. Shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush. Wentz throws to the end zone. Did he keep his feet in? Heck of a catch. I guess it's a touchdown at 7:50. I don't know. No graphic by there. Finally. Golly, NFL Network. You are slow. We got a 24-12 game. Wentz avoided the rush, then found a target, beat Ramsey, who's back in the game. Looks like he got both feet in. Yep, secured the catch, put the toes in, and it's a catch for a touchdown by 36. Xavier Scott. That's a heck of a grab. I'm sure they'll review it, but this should stand. We've gotten his toes were in, and he didn't put his heel down, so that should stand. It wasn't like he put his heel down out of bounds, just kept the toes in. And they're going for 2. I guess. Shotgun. Wentz throws to the back of the end zone. Was it a catch? It was indeed. It's a 10-point game. So it is now 24-14 with 7:50 to go. And we'll see. I'm assuming it's going to be a deep kick. That was pretty quick. That's exactly what the Vikings needed to do. Let's see who got the 2-point conversion. Naylor. Oh, I didn't know Naylor was number 1. I think That's his first. That might be his first target, and it's not going to be for any stats. They've spread out the targets, and they've got 6 receivers with 2 or more catches. Thielen, Mason, Hawkinson, Addison, Scott, and Jefferson. I think Hawkinson had all 3 of his catches on that scoring drive just now. But leading receiver, now Jefferson over 100, 9 for 115, 29 along. He had almost 100 at half. It was like high 90s. So Wentz, 25 of 35, 233 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks, 6 sacks taken. Don't think he got sacked on that drive, and that's why they were able to score fairly quickly. Mason, 14 rushes for, 52 yards. Rodgers, 16 of 19, 186 and a touchdown. Gainwell, 11 for 57. So not much. Neither team has hit 100 yards yet. Steelers probably could if they commit to the run and grinding the clock out on this next drive. Metcalf, 5 for 126, including an 80-yard touchdown. About 68 or 67 on, was Yak. Yards after catch. All right, just staying hydrated. Should be back. Yep, we're back. They're set to kick it away. Going to be a regular kick. No onside yet, nor should there be, as we still got just under 8 to go, and they have all 3 timeouts. So they get a quick 3 and out here. Minnesota could get back into this game. Steelers really need to work the clock. Here's the approach. Kick in the air, high, deep. Taken at about the 10. Returned between the near numbers and near hash. Outside the numbers. Down at about the 35 by Gainwell. Where Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense takes over 1st and 10. Ugh. Got a gnat getting in my face. They're showing the 2-point again. I'm not sure why. All right, from the 35-yard line, receiver in motion, back to the near side. Hand off to Gainwell, near side, 40, 45, out near the 50-yard line, and a Steelers first down. That should grind another 2 minutes off the clock if they keep it on the ground. And we don't have any stoppages for incompletes or penalties. Ugh. Get out of my face, stupid gnat. All right. Gainwell now 12 carries, 72 yards, and, of course, 2 touchdowns. Under 7:10 to go, 8 on the play clock. They're like at their own 49.5-yard line. They got to get to the Viking 40.5. Fakes the handoff. Rodgers back to throw. Complete to Gainwell. And he gets a gain out for about 7 on the reception. Should be about 2nd and 3. Let's see where they spotted the ball. They said 6 yards. All right, so 2nd and 4. Clock rolling as we approach 6.5 minutes to go. They can take it well under 6.5. They break the huddle. There's still 12 on the play clock. Rodgers in shotgun. He has Gainwell with him in the backfield. From the 44-yard line. Handoff. Gainwell up the middle. He's going to be really close. It's going to depend on the spot. They say 3rd down, but I wonder if they'll do a virtual measurement because this might be a 1st down. This was very close. And the clock continues to roll under 6 minutes. Maybe it's... He fell forward. All right, 3rd and 1. They go quickly. Terrible camera coverage. I don't even know what happened. I think Rodgers kept it. Now we got a flag, so the clock will stop at 5:29. Maybe the Vikings piled on or the pushing. Oh, we just had somebody toss their hat, so somebody got ejected. Might be DK Metcalf. Go figure. The lady referee must have already thrown her flag for a foul and then had to use her hat. So this could be very costly to the Steelers as they talk this over. I didn't even see the play because stupid NFL Network was zeroing in on somebody and they didn't have their normal camera coverage when the ball was snapped. So let's listen in. So Gainwell took the keeper. Rodgers was a deep back, didn't even move. Rodgers is... Whoa. Okay, so it wasn't anybody getting ejected. It was just a second penalty, and it was against the Vikings. So this will be a 1st and 10 in good field position. So, yeah, I mistook the hat toss. Oh! Metcalf got away with grabbing the face mask, and that guy just gave him a shove to the helmet, and that's why he picked up the penalty. So this should have been offsetting. That dumb penalty, nonetheless, by the Vikings. You can't shove somebody in the face, but I understand it should have been at least offsetting. He shouldn't have done anything because that cost them dearly. They would have got the first down on the rush by Gainwell, but now they're at the Viking 24. Washington in motion. They hand off to Gainwell. He's inside the 20, 15-10, down to about the 8 on a quick rush up the near side between the hash and the numbers. 4:52 to go, 1st and goal. And any type of score, well, they hold them to a field goal. There's still a chance for a touchdown, onside kick, and a touchdown. But a touchdown would pretty much be the dagger or the last nail in the coffin here. 1st and goal. They mark him back at the 9.5, actually. Handoff to Gainwell. Left side goes nowhere. He's going to be stopped short at about the 11. Probably a loss of 1. Clock stopped at 4:20. I wonder if the Vikings used a timeout. 2nd and goal coming up. All right, no indication by NFL Network. It is a Minnesota timeout. They put 1 second back on the clock. Minnesota has 2 timeouts remaining, trailing by 10. Trying to keep the Steelers out of the end zone to give them offense a chance to maybe come back here. They're showing Metcalf highlights right now, I believe. Yeah, here's the 80-yard touchdown. They had showed one in the red zone where he was difficult to tackle. Excuse me. Yep, back at the 11, 2nd and goal. Both teams with 2 timeouts. This drive has taken 3:29 off the clock. Fake the handoff, rolls, throws to the end zone, overshot 15. I don't know. I think Rodgers maybe thought it was going to be a different route. It was to Skoronic. Just led him a little too. He threw it out of bounds. Yeah, just a bad throw. I think he was mad at himself for throwing it out of bounds. Hard to tell with Rodgers, though. 3rd and goal from the 11. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. Skoranek and Metcalf and somebody else in between. Throw over the middle. Caught and taken down at about the 2 by Gainwell. 4th and goal. And with that, you might consider going for it. I think Rodgers wants to. Coaching staff will get a chance to think it over because I believe the Vikings used their second timeout. All right. Looks like they are going to 8 yards. No indication. Clock stopped, and I don't know if there's an injury or what. I mean, the Vikings must have taken a timeout. No indication from the play-by-play or NFL Network. It is a Vikings timeout. They still don't have it on the play-by-play. I mean, I assumed, but now there's 4:14 to go. 4th and goal. I think they're still discussing. All right, looks like Rodgers is out there. 18 to 22 for 200 yards and a touchdown. So, good game by Rodgers. Yeah, I know most of the yards are on that Metcalf. Okay, they marked him back at the 3.5. Hand off to Gainwell. He plows forward. He's near, but they're going to mark him short at the 1. That's a turnover on downs. I don't understand that call. I would think you would let Rodgers throw for this. Curious call, and the Vikings have it deep in their own territory at their own 1, but they only trail by 10. They have 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning. Gainwell did all he could. I got this, mods. Yep, Gainwell at least a yard short. Maybe they'll say half a yard short. He turned the corner of the ball to be over the line, but they're doing much better on the ground game than they have the rest of the year. But all right, at their own 1, Wentz handoff up the middle. That's Mason out to about the 6 or 7, depending on the spot. It'll be 2nd and I'll say 4. They give him a gain of 6. Yep, 3:52. So I guess the thinking was that they just pin them deep. But I think you take the field goal there. It was the 3.5-yard line, not the 1, like I initially thought. Back to pass. Wentz out of the end zone. Thrown. Caught by Jefferson at about the 18. That's a first down. 1st and 10. Clock stopped at 3:29. Do we have an injury? Or why is it stopped? Yeah, caught at about the 18, taken down by Slay and another defender. Number 22. All right. Oh, we have an injured Steeler. Okay, they finally showed number 26, Eccles. He might have been... Was that... Oh, that was... away from the play. He was... Oh, my gosh. What's his name was wide open, too. Naylor. Something happened to Eccles. Eccles. E-C-H-O-L-S. So this might be a charged Steeler timeout since we're under 5, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Eccles still down. All right, we're back. Good old, what's his name? Yeah, sorry. Naylor was wide open because Eccles got hurt, but I think Jefferson I think the pass had already been thrown. All right. Yeah, apologies. I sometimes blank. Shotgun, back to pass. Wentz down the right sideline. Wide open. Addison, 40, 35, 30, 15, 10, 5 dives, and he's tackled short at about the 1. What on earth was that, Steelers? There was nobody near Jordan Addison. First and goal on a huge 80-plus yard play. And what did I just type? There we go. I mean, there was nobody. They're at the 1. Handoff to Mason, tackled back at about the 3. That'll bring up second and goal. Yeah, they're probably, even if they get the touchdown, probably going to be onside kick situation. Well, shout out to John. Thanks, Jake Akins. Akins. And Frank, thank you. I know. I do struggle on names. Shotgun, back to throw. Throws towards the end zone. Tipped up in the air by Naylor or the Steelers defender and incomplete. 2:16 to go. Third and goal. And you got to believe they'd be going. That was a touchdown saving tackle by 47, by the way. And Queen made the tackle for loss on the other play. Who was that? 81 yards. Wilson on the touchdown saving catch, by the way. We still got third and goal from about the 3, though. Make it the 2.5. Shotgun, fakes the handoff to Mason. Throws, almost picked. We'll have fourth and goal. Incomplete. Thornhill, number 22, nearly intercepted it at the goal line. I don't know. I guess you could take the field goal and then the onside kick, but boy, I don't know. You're so close. I don't know. It's going to be a tough call here. You got to think they're going, but I don't know. We'll see. Offense is on the field. Fourth and goal. There's only 4 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1. Shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the right. Throws. Caught for the touchdown by Naylor at 2:08. Oh, brother. Wow, Steelers defense. What was that? And we got a 4-point game. Important extra point coming up. What on earth was that? And man, that field goal would look good now. You'd still have a potential 6-point lead. I don't understand that. If it had been the 1 yard line, I could have understood. All right, they will kick it, of course. Snap, hold, kick is right between the uprights and good, and we got a 3-point game. So much for this one being over at 2:08. They got 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning. And the Vikings, I don't know. You got to imagine this is going to be an onside. With 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning, I don't think you can afford to just kick it deep here. Especially since they have run the ball. I got this. They have run the ball so well. You know, Pittsburgh has run the ball so well. Why, NFL Network has been really glitchy for me on the tablet. I haven't had any more stream issues, fortunately. All right. Looks like they have declared for the onside. Yep, they have. From the 35. 24-21. Reichard speaking to his teammates. I think, I was going to say, are they lined up legally? Yeah. Got to have 5 aside. They're trying to bunch up to the near side. They're on the far hash mark. Looks like he's aiming, as of now, to the near side. Kicks forward and easy. Wait, did we get a timeout? What was the call? The Steelers take a timeout? Yep. Steelers took a timeout. Okay. Each team has 1 left. That was going to be an easy onside kick. Oh, man. I got this. 1 second. They can't even post links that I know of. It's so weird. I don't know why these bots bother. Ugh. Picture's getting muddy. Hopefully this clears itself in a minute here. Man, I need faster internet. All right, there. Picture cleared. That's what I got to do. I just got to lower the mic a little. All right, same setup. Looks like they're kicking to the near side. Kick is taken and fielded cleanly near the 50-yard line by number 10 on the Steelers. 1st and 10 coming up for Rodgers and the offense at 2:07. The Vikings got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. It did take a pretty good bounce. It was a decent kick, but Metcalf would have been there if 10 hadn't fallen on it, I think. The guy's on the ground, and he just piled on. All right. Under center, receiver in the motion from the near side back to the near side. Handoff. Gainwell plows forward to the 45 for about a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd and 6 at the 2-minute warning. Not sure. Yeah. Boy, I really think I got it. Jeepers creepers. There we go. All right. Well, a reminder, in just under 2.5 hours. Hope to see you when we are back with the Las Vegas Aces at the Indiana Fever for Game 4. Aces lead the series 2-1. Fever trying to extend it to a 5th game, which would be Tuesday night in Las Vegas. Fever won Game 1. Dantas is still out with a concussion, so I believe the Fever are going with 10 players available. Aces, I think, have like 11 available to them. And then we will be back with NFL coverage tonight. Packers at Cowboys. And Packers 2-1. The Cowboys should be 1-2 if I'm not mistaken. I think they lost to the Bears last week, and they lost to the Eagles in week 1, and they beat the Giants in week 2. Yep, 2-1 at 1-2. Then we will have Bengals Browns. If you'd like to see Jets Dolphins, you can become a channel member for $1.99 a month to vote on which game I stream. As of now, we're going with Bengals 2-1 at Broncos, a surprising 1-2 after 2 straight losses on last-second field goals, and one of them in week 2 because of a leverage call when they were trying to block a 60-some play, 67-yard or 60-some yard field goal. Can't stop a W for the Cowboys. I like the Packers' chances tonight, especially with CeeDee Lamb out injured. That Cleveland game was a blip on the radar. They do need to block better on the O-line, especially in the run game. And they are banged up on the O-line. They're going to be without 3 of their top 7 linemen. So that is a concern. Under center, receiver motion to the near side, 2 to the top side. Handoff Gainwell. He is going to be lucky to get something. He does. Bounces it out to the far sideline. Stays in bounds at 1:52. I assume that is the final timeout called by the Vikings. And it brings, wow, he could have easily been tackled for a loss, and it's now 3rd and 1. Oh, I'm sorry. For the Aces. Gotcha. I gotcha. Las Vegas Aces. Gotcha. Okay, no problem. Wow, that was a heck of a run by Gainwell. That could have easily been a loss. Nope, hit the wrong button. Gosh darn it. Meant to zero out their timeouts. It's 24-21. 152. Big 3rd and 1. If they get the first down, it's over. If not, there's still a glimmer of hope for the Vikings. 3rd and 1 from the 40-yard line of the Vikings. Now, this is a long one. This is a little over a yard. What's the call here? To the Pitt Steelers? Steelers burned their last timeout. All right, both teams out of timeouts. Yeah, I'm just rooting for the Fever, for the upset, and plus because I was hoping for a Game 5. Man, that Jordan Addison catch. There was not a Steeler. It was a touchdown-saving tackle, but they ended up getting the touchdown eventually and picked up a 2-point conversion. But, yeah, there was nobody covering at it. All right, 3rd and 1, bunched formation. They have Skoranek out to the far side. Handoff to Gainwell. This is really close. I think he stopped short, but the clock will continue to roll at 1:41. Interesting. They could maybe get a virtual measurement, but I think we're going to have 4th and inches. So this game is not over yet. Considering, can we not choke Steelers? Yeah, I know. That Addison catch for 81 yards was huge. They're out of timeouts, so maybe they're going to take the delay game. They line up like they're going to go for it on 4th. I think they're trying to draw them offside. They're going to take the delay a game at 1:08 and probably send the punting unit on. So flag for delay a game. This will be a 4th and 6, depending on if the Vikings might decline it, hoping for a touchback. Make the punt. Nope. I guess they took it. According to NFL Network, they did. Yep. Well, the Packers choked last week against the Browns, unfortunately. But it was our special teams letting us down. Here's the kick away. I don't know if there's a flag or just a towel, and they just booted out of the end zone. That took like no time. What on earth was that? You should have let it hit and bounce around. I don't understand that. Man, the Vikings have a minute and 2. They put a second back on. Both teams out of timeouts, and they just need a field goal to send this to overtime. This is insane. And now we're past the 3-hour mark. Second half, Wentz lower completion percentage, but 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. He had 1 pick in the first half. Wow. Steelers with some head scratching. Back to pass. Looks, throws, left sideline. And yeah, it looks like an interception. Pierre, number 42. Holy cow, Wentz. That guy was well covered. And there's your dagger. Wow. Anticlimactic. That sure looked like the Vikings might get a chance to tie this. And Wentz giveth and Wentz taketh away. Spoiler alert, and one Packers fan. He was pressured. He had Hayward in his face and somebody coming from the left edge. And Pierre just took it away from Naylor. Good play. I assume he got both feet in. Let's see it one more time. Naylor on an out. 1, 2. Yeah, I think he got both in. Wasn't sure if he had 2 feet down. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, the ball's secured. He had it. Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I was happy to see that. Yep, whence giveth, whence taketh away. I think they're going to review this to see if he had it secured before he got both feet down. This is... incomplete! Are you kidding me? Oh, the ball was juggled. So hold the phone. It's going to be 2nd and 10. He juggled it between his first and second foot getting down. So no, this game is not over. Yeah, no, it got overturned already. They said incomplete pass. That's the right call, too. Yeah, he juggled it. He got 1 foot down, juggled it, then got the 2nd foot down. It is incomplete. Yeah, that's the right call. Pereira is explained. They do put a 2nd back on. Oh, my gosh. Well, that's unfortunate. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side. 2, so empty backfield. 5 wide. Shotgun, back to pass. Wentz looking, throws, left sideline, dropped, incomplete. And a flag. Uh-oh. What's this flag for at 54 seconds? Let me listen in. Ball with... oh, no. 5 yards and a first down. Holding. Oh, my goodness, Steelers. Looks like Queen grabbed, I can't see the receiver, the intended target. Oh, my gosh. Who is that? Oh, Xavier Scott. I apologize. Oh, man. Still 54 seconds to go. Oh, no. Yeah, I know. But it was the right call, N1 Packers fan. He definitely juggled it. Once they showed that camera angle. Ooh, Watt might have been offsides. He gets in there quickly. Wentz regains his feet. Yeah, I think Watt was offsides. No gain and another flag with 48 seconds to go. I think Watt jumped the snap. It is a Steelers offside, so this will be 1st and 5 coming up. Oh my gosh, Steelers. What are you doing? May have to watch yeah, no. I saw it live. I knew Watt was offsides, and I saw where the flag was, and I'm like, that's offsides. From the 30, 1st and 5. Yeah, exactly. 1st and 5. From the 30, shotgun, back to throw, looking, 4-man rush, caught, first down, Scott, out of bounds near the 40. With 43 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness. Possibly snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, or snapping defeat from the jaws of victory. And the Viking kicker had a pretty long one against the Browns, apparently. Reichard. Or is it Riekard? It's got to be Reichard. First and 10, 43 seconds to go. Both teams out of timeouts. They marked them at the 39, their own 39. Empty backfield, shotgun, four-man rush. Oh, has to roll and throws it. That's got to be grounding. He was in the pocket. You have got to be kidding me. Brad Allen, where's the flag for intentional grounding? Well, I think NFL Network is slow to... This has to be grounding. Where is Brad Allen? Where's the flag? Oh, great. My feed just crapped out. I think they did call intentional grounding. Oh, nuts. I don't know what just happened with my tablet. Oh, crap. All right, I gotta close and reopen NFL. Gosh darn it. Worst possible time. This always happens. Especially with these international games. No, I don't want red zone. Come on. Are you kidding me? All right, 25 seconds to go. Pass caught. Taken down short of the 40 by Hawkinson. It's third down. Let me figure it out. 14 seconds to go. I think they clocked it, and it'll be fourth. Let me see. I don't even have a full screen. There we go. I still don't have a full screen. I'm just going to leave it. This is insane. Come on, NFL. Yeah, I got the completion to Hawkinson. They're saying third down with 14. Okay, maybe that was second down. No, it is fourth. They must have clocked it. 4th and 13. They're trying to save some clock. They're inside their own 14, so I missed a play after the intentional grounding. Oh, no, because that was grounding. That brought up second and long, and then Hawkinson. Yeah. And we got another flag. Let me hear. This could be... Oh, delay a game. You clock the ball on third down and then don't get the play call in? Yeah. All right, I'm watching on a tiny screen because my freaking app crapped out. All right, 4th and 18. They got to be like just outside their 30 and need midfield. Or the 49. Yeah, it is about the 32-yard line, so they got to get to the 50, apparently. In shotgun. He does have a back with him. Back to throw. Throws near midfield. Almost intercepted, and that's the ball game. Steelers can kneel it down once with 8 seconds left. Whew. They made that way more interesting than it needed to be. Poor defense and strange offensive play calls late in the game. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Wasn't that bad, but pretty close. That intentional grounding put them in a really tough spot. But if he takes the sack, it's, virtually the same thing. So, all right, one kneel down, victory formation. That'll do it. 24-21 is the final score. Wow. All right, we will take that as Packer fans. Good to see the Vikings lose and drop to 2-2. Forgot who the Lions are playing. Probably not getting any help. I'll have to take a quick look. Oh, he chucked it into the stands. I missed it. All right, we'll take a quick look at the numbers, but that's the ball game. Rodgers finished 18 of 22. Let me close out the app now, too. That was insane that it crashed on me. Oh, yeah. 11:49. Yeah. We'll be back. Hope to see you for Aces Fever and or Packers, Cowboys, Bengals, Browns. Thank you, N1 Packers fan, for chatting. Thanks for the compliment, Frank Talata, I think. Appreciate you all. All right, Rodgers, 18 to 22, 200 yards and a touchdown, 2 sacks. So pretty good protection. That 80-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf, 5 for 126 he finished with. Oh, Gainwell, 1 yard short of 100. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns, though. And for Wentz, 200 yards and a touchdown for Rodgers. 30 of 46, 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 huge picks, and took 6 sacks, and then an intentional grounding, that deep 6, their attempt at a game-tying field goal on the last drive. Mason, only 70 yards on the ground for the Vikings, 16 for 57 for Mason. Longest carry was 11 by Wentz. Jefferson with a great game, most of it in the no SUCKS, please, the N1 Packers fan. Jefferson 10 for 126, 29 was his long. Addison 4 for 114 and 81 yards to set up the last touchdown. And the picks were TJ Watt. It was deflected by Hayward at the line, and Deshaun Elliott had the other interception. Yeah, Gainwell, unfortunately. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Mods are allowed to. I'll have to remind anybody else. I've let it slip. Not me. I mean, I've let mods say it. I'll warn them as well. All right, yeah, Vikings dropped to 2-2. Steelers improved at 3-1. Go figure. Well, I'll root for the Steelers when they play NFC teams, and that's probably going to be about it. All right, I think that'll do it. I need to eat lunch. Thanks, everybody. Please like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already done so. If you have, thank you so much for your continued support. And again, hope to see you in 2 hours and 9 minutes for Aces Fever. Yeah, gotcha. Until then, take care. Sinbin Stream signing out. Be well. Thank you all. And bye-bye.